Chapter 102 Golden Dan Realm. Within the deadly chess game world, no one had expected that the situation would suddenly change like this. Everyone was stunned. How did Gu Hai, who was supposed to be killed, suddenly succeed in sneak attacking Li Haoran? Are we dreaming? Countless cultivators rubbed their eyes. The truth was that Gu Hai was standing right in front of Li Haoran, his entire body covered in a layer of metallic luster armor, with a blood blade in one hand and the bone blade in the other, blasting to meet Li Haoran. Li Haoran's right hand also grabbed towards Gu Hai, not far away. Two golden chess pieces were in the midst of being thrown. At this moment, neither of the two of them had time to grab the two golden chess pieces, now scrambling to finish each other off before anything else. Boom! Gu Hai's double blades, boom, collided with Li Haoran's right palm, and the terrifying collision of power caused the shattered rocks underneath the duo's feet to instantly turn into pieces. What? Li Haoran's face changed, but his left hand had just been cut open by the bone knife. A large amount of black gas surged in, and the rolling skeleton crazily gnawed on his left arm, if it was going to gnaw on his entire body. A palm force did not block away the Gu Hai, Li Haoran more and more anxious, because the left arm could no longer move. Break! Li Haoran let out a loud cry with a grimace on his face. Buzz! It was seen that Li Haoran's left shoulder instantly turned into the color of gold, following which the golden left shoulder trembled, cracked open a fissure, and the left arm instantly detached from the body and flew out. Rumble! At once, the rolling black gas furiously gnawed on the disembodied left arm, and in the blink of an eye, only a pile of withered bones remained, and the black gas slowly returned to the bone knife, not continuing to erode Li Haoran. Gu Hai's face stiffened. Brave man, you don't want the left arm just because you say you don't want it. The blood knife infused full strength to Gu Hai, and the two knives chopped at Li Haoran, but still unable to chop open Li Haoran's right arm in general. Li Haoran's right arm had already transformed into the shape of gold, and his whole body was filled with golden power. The two of them stalemated, and the two golden pieces fell to the side. Neither of them were able to go and take them. Battalion Master, a crowd of divine mechanism battalion disciples exclaimed. Master Liu Nian, Long Wanqing got out of the trap and was the first to strike towards Li Haoran. Boom! With a loud bang, the crowd was blocked from the protective boundary. What? There are still protective boundaries? The faces of the crowd changed. The golden chess pieces actually still defaulted to Gu Hai and Li Haoran as the chess players. The protective boundary remained, and no one else in the outside world could enter in the slightest. In all directions, countless cultivators quickly surrounded, hoping to help. As for the crowd of Shenji camp disciples, they were dumbfounded at this moment. At this moment, everyone was looking at them with hatred, surrounding them, unable to help Gu Hai. Then they would go all out to tear down the Shenji camp disciples. Don't come over, you guys are crazy. The camp master won't let you go. A divine mechanism battalion disciple shrieked. He wasn't prepared to let go in the first place. You bunch of minions. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be in such a mess. Kill them, kill them, kill. The battle outside was chaotic. Long Wanqing, the three servants supporting Master Lionian, inside the protective boundary, worried for Gu Hai. Why? Why? How did you appear in my hands? Li Haoran's face showed a scowl as he said with sadness and hatred. Gu Hai, however, revealed a sarcastic smile and said, Have you forgotten? When Meng Tai and Wei Yong dealt with Fu Blood didn't resist. It's not that he didn't resist, but he couldn't resist. He didn't have that ability. The transparent pieces are virtual. The black and white pieces are real. We can only defend and counterattack. So you were so calm earlier. You were so confident earlier. You can't even make a move. What the hell are you confident about? Li Haoran roared in depression. This is called an empty city trick. If I wasn't so confident, how could you fall for it? How could you let me enter your protective boundary? Gu Hai sneered. Long Wanqing, Master Liu Nian, and those 3 lackeys, you used them to trick me. They are my pawns. No, you used my pawns to trick me. You originally wanted to deliver the golden chess pieces to me. Li Haran glared. You won't treasure what's delivered to your door, only what you got yourself. By all means, will you hold it in your hand as if it's a treasure? Isn't that right? If I threw it to you from the beginning, you would definitely destroy it, but if you got it yourself, by all means, you are not defensive. Li Haran, what you can't get may not be good, Gu Hai sneered. Good, 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 little thing. Everyone has become your pawns. You use people as pawns, and you actually tricked me. So what if you come in? So what if you enter my protective boundary? It's the same death. You're only in the innate realm only, Li Haran said with a scowl on his face. Roar. Gu Hai let out a roar, catalyzing his entire body. Blood blade. It's true that this blood blade can catalyze your power to the Yuanying realm. But do you know that there's a difference in the Yuanying realm as well? I have already condensed 3 infants. 3 infants Yuanying. Even if you break an arm, you are not my opponent. Coming in is still death. You are only in the innate realm. The limit of the blood knife to boost your power can only be so much. You are no match for me. I will let you know that smart people don't live long. Ha 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 ha. Li Haran said with a scowl on his face. Rumble. Golden light all over his body. Li Haran pushed Gu Hai forward little by little. A terrifying force pressed against the double blades. Gu Hai was sweating. His whole body was slightly trembling. It seemed to be at the extreme. Ha 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 ha. Can't do it, can you? Unless you reach the Jindan realm, the blood knives simply can't infuse you with more power. You can't win against me. Die. Ha 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 ha. Li Haran laughed loudly as he pressed the blood knife back towards Gu Hai's own neck. Although Gu Hai's power was pushed to its maximum, but it simply couldn't block Li Haran's even more ferocious power in general. The innate realm is the innate realm. You'll never become the Jindan realm. Die this heart, Li Haran said in a cold voice. And right at this moment, whew, steeply, as if a gale blew out of thin air, a golden light seemed to come out of thin air and instantly drilled into Gu Hai's body. AE Qi count. Where did the Qi come from? Li Haran was slightly stunned. Ha 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 ha. The state of Zhao. The state of Zhao has fully accepted the disaster relief. This is the gratitude from the people of the state of Zhao. The immeasurable merit from the state of Zhao. The Qi count from the state of Zhao. Qi, Qi. It came at the right time. Gu Hai laughed out loud. Boom. Gu Hai steeply surrounded himself with a loud bang. In the Danshan, the dragon-shaped true Qi drilled into the true essence sphere, and the energy gathered from beheading more than 30,000 demonized people was violently converged, and all the true Qi, as much as possible, was all turned into true essence, and the cyclone in the Danshan disappeared, and pasted at the place of the true essence sphere, forming a liquid vortex in general. All the true Qi in the body's meridians were converted into true essence. For a moment, rolling true essence poured into every direction in the body. In an instant, it penetrated all the meridians in the body. Gulp. The true essence circulated around the meridians, mixing as one. The pores of the entire body all opened up in an instant in general, and Gu Hai's aura found his body changed violently. Whole body's true essence, mixed Yuan and one Qi, to make a Dan out of a human. I am the Golden Dan, mixed Yuan and one Qi Golden Dan. Golden Dan realm. This is the Golden Dan realm. Ha 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 ha. Gu Hai laughed aloud and rose up. Buzz. Steeply, the blood blade could have more energy poured into Gu Hai's body now, and Gu Hai's aura round his body steeply surged by more than 10 times. What? Li Haran exclaimed as his face steeply changed. Boom. A loud sound erupted as Gu Hai, with all his might, boomed a bloody light that dyed the sky and earth red. Li Haran was instantly chopped into the earth below by Gu Hai. Whew! Li Haran's right arm was thrown out. The absolute life blade slashed through it, and a rolling black aura enveloped it all of a sudden. Puh! A mouthful of blood spewed out from Li Haran, and he collapsed in a huge crater. Both his arms were gone. His head seemed to have been split in half. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk all bubbled out. His powerful life force held out and didn't die, and a wave of extreme disbelief flashed in his eyes. No. Impossible. Poof. How? How did it break through? Li Haran weakly said incredulously. This battle was halfway through, properly. How did he suddenly break through to the Jindan realm? This is cheating. Cheating How can this be? Golden Dan realm, first level. Gu Hai took a deep breath and said. Slowly, Gu Hai went to pick up the 2 golden chess pieces on the ground. In this split second, the battle in the outside world was also steeply silent. Everyone's eyes widened, revealing a wave of incredulity. Gu Hai won. Gu Hai, you won. Long Wenqing was the first to cheer. Wow, 60,000 cultivators instantly cheered wildly, each one exuberantly shouting, "Beat him to death! Beat Li Haran to death! Mr. Gu has won! Mergu has won! There's help!" Countless cultivators cheered amongst themselves. Exuberantly, they looked at Gu Hai, the victorious party in the protective boundary. Gu Hai had a bone blade in one hand and a blood blade in the other as he coldly looked at Li Haran. Even so, Li Haran didn't even die. It just seemed as if he couldn't move at the moment as he looked at Gu Hai in horror. Battalion Master! Battalion Master! The living divine mechanism battalion disciples shrieked. Beat them to death! This group of minions, the 60,000 cultivators, were furious, and together they pounced on the living divine mechanism battalion disciples. Within the dead chess game, there was cheering and chaos. The countless cultivators outside were also shocked beyond words at this moment, although they couldn't see the others. But the battle between Gu Hai and Li Haran was clear to see with their own eyes that Gu Hai had defeated Li Haran. That was the divine mechanism battalion master. A year ago, Gu Hai had only just broken through the innate realm, right? And in this short period of time, he had destroyed such a huge divine machine camp. That Li Haran in the past, how unbeatable. No matter who he was, no matter who he encountered, one arrow would destroy him. Such a fierce character, actually all lost under Gu Hai's sword. Everyone has only one thought in their mind. This Gu Hai cannot be messed with. That is a rising, unstoppable sun. Blockers will burn. At the time when everyone was shocked and Gu Qin and the others were excited, a figure slowly flew up. Half black robe and half white. This is the unborn. I've seen it in the innate remnant realm. Steeply, someone exclaimed. Unseng man. What? The unborn has been hiding by that big tree. Someone else said in astonishment. The surrounding cultivators all revealed bewilderment. Gu Qin also saw the unliving man flying in. Ancient mansion. Gu Qin meets senior unliving man. Ancient Qin said with a slight salute in surprise. However, the Unshengren paid no attention to it, and instead, as he stepped, he entered the dead chess game. Huh, why did the unliving man enter, and not condense a chess detachment? Someone shouted in surprise. The crowd was in bewilderment. The unsentient entered the deadly chess game, and in the blink of an eye, he arrived not far from the Gu Hai. Unliving person. Master Quicksilver covered his wounds and looked at the arrival of the unliving person in surprise.